Hey y'all, this is my review for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 14 reunion, part 2 of 3. It is late night here in New York. I think 11 p.m. is late night, right? Um, for my West Coast people, we are prime time for once. It is 8 p.m. West Coast time. If you are watching on the West Coast, please let me know in the chat because I'm doing this for y'all. I'm a little tired, but I'm like, let me just get this out the way because if you're a subscriber of my Patreon, I'm feeling bad. So this weekend is going to be dedicated to y'all. Definitely hit me up on the Patreon. I always welcome people to message me any suggestions you want to see. But yeah, definitely this weekend is going to be dedicated to my Patreon. And it's patreon.com/cdiggy1. And also, I'm just getting over a cold too. So I feel like I'm in the last stages and the coughing is just what's getting me. So please excuse me, but let's get on with it. Okay, I see some West Coast people in the house. Toronto. Oh, Rich the Fish. I recognize you. But yeah, let's get into this. So we open with Jennifer Tilly arriving as well as Kathy Hilton. Two Looney Tunes. We cut to Garcelle talking to Sutton, and she says you can't trust any of them, and it's bullshit. Like Garcelle is still gagged after being whacked 3 different times in part 1. So we're backstage, we're back on the stage, and it starts off with Garcelle having something to say to Kyle, like referring to what they talked about off camera. Like Garcelle feels like Kyle was trying to shut her up. Kind of like how, excuse me, the last reunion where Kyle tried to shut Dorit up. But yeah, Kyle says it's things she can't say on camera, and she told her because she was being a friend. BS. Kyle's looking out for herself. And look, if I was Garcelle present day, I wouldn't answer Kyle's messages either. But yeah, instead of pressing her on that, Garcelle is like, okay, thank you. What? Again, like Garcelle and Sutton have been frustrating me for these first 2 parts. Excuse me. So, of course, this matter has something to do with Morgan. And Andy asks, what do you say to the viewers who expect you to share everything on a reality show? And then Colin's like, I'm not going to say something that will affect my daughters for a TV show, for a network. Like, girl, then get off the TV and get off the network. How about that? Like, I just really hate how they like to downplay like the platform as if this platform didn't make you a household name. Now you don't want to share? If you don't want to share no more, that's fine. Then get off the fucking TV. Like, usher in another housewife. But no, she wants the check. She wants the attention. And look, I wouldn't be surprised if they brought her back season 15. The only way that I would like her to be back for season 15 is if she comes out as a lesbian. That is it. And I already said this on Brooke's platform. I'm sorry, y'all. I keep coughing. I'm trying. Let me lubricate right quick. Maybe that'll help. Because I'm a professional. Just saying. But thank you for your patience as I try to get through this. I gotta get through this. I gotta get through this. Again, thank you for your patience. Anywho, I feel like, Kyle, you're not being paid as an actress. Like, you signed up for this, you bought your little carpet muncher on this platform. Excuse me, I'm gay, I could say that. But this just really needs to be her last season if she wants to just, play in the closet. Because, it's fine. If you want that to be your own personal business, then leave the platform, please. Sutton about as weak as that vodka she carry around in her purse. She ain't gonna do nothing unless she has the backing of the entire fan base. Whew. Yeah, it was very apparent that Garcelle just checked out after that first part. Just, I think she had such high hopes, and then she realized that, damn, none of these women fuck with me like that. For real. I feel like she had like a aha, like Oprah moment, like an epiphany. Garcelle has no right in her. I swear there's something deeper. Garcelle used to handle Erica. Oh, you said no fight in her. Okay. Garcelle used to handle Erica, Dorit, and Kyle. Feel bad for my Garcelle. I also listened to her biography, Love Me As I Am. I think I have that book somewhere in my closet because I went to her book signing when she was here in New York. Yeah, GNS, they flopped real bad. Okay, look at you with the reference. You know, I like to throw some references out there. So it's always funny when people catch that. Garcelle has no fight. Oh, okay, yeah. How do you feel about Bose and Garcelle? I think two black women can coexist on this platform. And look, I'm one of the few people that have Bose's back because still she has done nothing to Garcelle in this moment to me. Like, I think Bose has had a great first season. I think she carried herself well, way better than Anne Marie. Yeah, it just really sucks that Garcelle just decided not to come back. I like Bose. I don't understand why people want me to dislike her. And I guess she just had all this pressure to have Garcelle's back, but I feel like it wasn't reciprocated, in my opinion. But anyway, Andy brings up how Dorit says there's different sets of rules for Kyle, and Kyle tries to throw it in Dorit's face. And then, Lord, here we go with Kyle versus Dorit when it comes to their friendship, which I said in the last review that can get stale real fast, like because my fucks were running out. Kyle starts defending her protection of Morgan against Andy. And finally, Mr. Cohen woke up and like finally challenged Kyle. Like, you, Kyle Richards, Kyle. Ooh, you know that hurt. You know that hurt, but I did it for y'all. Like, you brought her on this show. Like, she was already a public figure who got more publicity, and it helped her on this platform. Then the music video that y'all put out, that she put out, like that made y'all like lovers, but you don't want people to ask, is she your girlfriend? Like, give us a fucking break, please. Like, I'm so happy that Andy pressed her in that moment and just brought up all these points. Like, she was just like, like she was caught up. And I'm just like, finally, Mr. Cohen holding Kyle accountable. But Kyle's excuses are just so effing bogus. Like, I just was saying again, put her off the show. Like, show her a lesson. Andy then asks Kyle and Dorit, are they getting like what they want from each other in their friendship? And Kyle says it feels like they're in the right direction. And then Dorit says they were in the right direction until Kyle was texting her man, her ex-man. Speaking of which, we move on to Textgate. And can I be honest? Like, this was the weak point of the episode because, we've heard ad nauseum, and like, just Kyle is dead wrong, point blank, period, in this situation. Like, there's no defending this. So we all know it's wrong. The whole cast know it's wrong. And, she's going to, instead of just owning it, like, she's going to give her weak ass excuses. Like, she even admits if the tables were turned and it was Dorit messaging Mauricio, she'd have a problem with it. So I'm just like, girl, just say sorry. You were wrong. But she just keeps explaining herself. Andy then asks Bose, like he brings her into it saying, well, you called Kyle a liar on a podcast interview. And I am so glad that she stood 10 toes down on that. She did not backpedal and pussy pop. Like, Like omission equals lies. And I'm so glad that she said that. She was not afraid to piss off Kyle. Like, yeah, Heifer, you lied. You lied. So then Dorit and Kyle continue to go at it. Kyle admits that she texted PK recently when their kid was in the hospital. And then we also find out that Kyle actually texted PK separately during their fight at Oceanside, like earlier in the season, which again is breaking girl code. Like, why are you texting my husband after we got into it as if he not gonna tell me that you text him, and you're gonna be like, oh, are you trying to like get my husband's side on this? Like, I'm sorry, if I was to read, two can play that game. I'm fucking Mauricio. That's what I'm gonna do if I was Dorit. Then I would send you a selfie of us afterward. How about that? They move on, thank God. Like Dorit and Kyle put their swords down and they both agree they will try and move on with each other. So now Jennifer Tilly joins the couch, a much needed detour as well as comic relief. Excuse me. Her reel is dedicated to her over the topness and, you know, her wealth. Like her segment is basically what it's like to be a rich fan in the Housewives bubble. Like she is called out though for her shade against Dorit. And then also, side note, at this point, we're 40 minutes into part 2, and Sutton has not hardly said a word. That's why I named the episode, well, my review, Why is Sutton So Damn Quiet? Speaking of which, after the break, also I forgot to mention this, that y'all notice that Sutton really does not perform well at reunions. Like last reunion, she didn't even make it through the reunion. She was in the ER. Excuse me. Again, water break. I think Jennifer Tilly's dress was great. I thought her jewelry was better though. Her jewelry was outshining the dress. Bowles will let any of these women have it. Kyle thought she had her in her pocket, and Bowles said, "Bitch, all y'all can get it." Exactly. Thank you, Riri, for bringing up this point. Bowles ain't scared of none of them. She will call all of them out. But yet, oh my gosh, she called out Garcelle for saying that bringing up the robbery was a terrible thing to do. It was. Newsflash. And then she called out Kyle. Kyle, I said what I said. You are a liar. You're a liar. From my perspective, you lied. Okay? So then, thank you for bringing this up because a lot of people keep saying like, oh, she up their ass now, these racist white women or whatever. I'm just like, can y'all stop? Like, if the show bothers y'all that much, stop watching, please. Because I'm not bringing up George Floyd and Emmett Till for Housewives. I'm not. Please, can we move on? Ooh. Again, I feel really bad that I'm straining right now, trying not to cough. So that's why I'm taking these little water breaks. Thank you for understanding, y'all. But yeah, moving on. Jennifer whispers to Garcelle, do you think Sutton is on some anxiety medication? Oh my God. Garcelle stares at her for 2 seconds like, we're mic'd. Like, that was the funniest moment of the episode, hands down. Like, Garcelle is just such a friend. She truly is. And then afterwards, Kathy Hilton is now on the couch. And that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like Jennifer Tilly, like, what is going on with Sutton right now? Like, is this the only reason she was able to stick around for this whole reunion because she's on anxiety medication? Yes, like this was so funny. We're mic'd. Like the way she looked at Jennifer Tilly, we're mic'd. Yes, the hate for Bose is fake selective outrage. I totally agree. Oh, that too. We're mic'd means yes, but I can't say it out loud. So yeah, Kathy Hilton is now on the couch. She's asked about the fashion show incident, and she said she was speaking to Erica's mom, Mrs. Girardi, and of course that is not Erica's mom's last name, since Erica is the one that's married to Tom, not her mom. They're just like, oh, Mrs. Jane, girl, Kathy. Like, that is Erica's stage name. And I'm just like, Lord have mercy. And I don't think Erica even said what was her maiden name, actually. She just said her middle name, which is like Erica Nee or whatever. Erica Nee or something. I don't care really. We then talk about how kooky Kathy was. Kooky Kathy. How kooky she was throughout the season. Erica is then called out for saying who she thinks is the most afraid of Kathy. She said Sutton, followed by Garcelle. And Erica said there was no merit behind this. She was just being shady because it's Watch What Happens Live. Like, they expect shady answers. And hey, she did do it to her own good friend Dorit when she said, whose marriage you think is in trouble next? So then Andy asked Kathy about Kim. From their response, it seems like Kim still ain't doing well. It really sucks, but hopefully Kim can make it through whatever she's going through. So then we finally move on to Sutton's very combative reel. So that means we're finally going to be hearing from her at the 49-minute mark of the episode. That's where we are right now. There's a lot to be answered for. First up, the word weaponize. Messy Andy asked Garcelle, did she think Bose overreacted using that word? And she says yes. So I'm going to say I'm with Bose on this one. And let's rewind back because that was super early in the season. So this all comes from, there was this moment where Sutton and Dorit were cool. And then Dorit actually opened up to Sutton. I think this was at Oceanside, I believe. So then after they got into it later before they got on the plane in the Sprinter van, right? So I think around the time they had the little Western thing at Kyle's place, that's when someone was like, you're angry at your life or whatever, and kind of threw that at her face. So then that's when Bo said, why are you weaponizing, her situation to her? So that's where weaponize came from. So that's what she did, right? And I remember we were all on Bose's side, so let's not switch it up now. Let's not switch it up now that y'all against her now. But we were all on Bose's side. We said, no, she used the word correctly, Sutton. Her vocabulary is big. I'm not sure why you're surprised by that. So yeah, I'm still on, the side of she was weaponizing whatever Dorit was going through. So let me see. Most definitely goes. Oh, so then Bose tells her that she doesn't really take accountability for her actions. I was just wondering, do y'all agree with that? Does Sutton not really take accountability all the time? I think she just has to be pressed in order to take accountability. I think Dorit is the one usually who it's hard for her to accept accountability. Sutton is then called out for how she rudely cut Dorit off when she was talking about her kids before they were going to Garcelle's beach house. And then Sutton says production told her to do that. Dorit is like, and? Like, it was still rude either way. And look, I'm on Dorit's side. Like, the way she did that was just so rude. And she's talking about her kids. And I get it. Like, it just could have been a better way. And I'm just not sure why production didn't ask someone else to interrupt or whatever. Like, okay, y'all, we got to go. Excuse me. So Dorit takes it further. And, like, because Sutton says, well, I really didn't know another way to do it. I mean, maybe I did it wrong, but there was no other way for me to do it. And then Dorit says, oh, well, What, I thought you were Miss Manners. Miss Manners. I'm like, oh my God. So then at this point, like, Dorit is whacking Sutton. She says she did it deliberately to interrupt her, but it was rude. Either way you look at it, Sutton. I'm sorry. So yeah, she calls out the fact that, Dorit, she calls out the fact that Sutton has been quiet the whole reunion. And she's like, where was the Sutton we saw all this season? Where is she? Where is she? Like, the mood is so tense and quiet because Sutton really ain't got much to say. So then Andy then brings up the wallet comment. I'm just like, oh my God, Andy. Like, give her a break a little bit. Like, we just went from bam, bam. And now we at the wallet comment. So I know Sutton wasn't winning when it came to that comment. And you know what? It's so funny how Garcelle and Sutton both shot themselves in the foot when it came to speaking on Dorit of all people. First, it was Garcelle with the robbery where she could not get out of that. She was in the wrong. And then Sutton with the wallet comment in reference to Dorit's finances. So it is what it is. It's just really ironic, So then Garcelle says, she couldn't defend it. Kyle jumps in and says it was a terrible, shocking thing to hear. Sutton tries to turn the table on Dorit for her jabs and her confessional, but it doesn't work. Dorit is like, but don't you think you deserved it for what you told me? Like, you don't exactly live like the Queen of Sheba. You live on a fucking main road. Child, miles dropped when she said that. It was like you can hear a pin drop. And what makes it even funnier is because it was so quiet, Jennifer Tilly is unwrapping a piece of candy. It sounded like a Jolly Rancher. It probably was because it was loud. Like how they heard, like, I know Messy Production probably turned up her mic to like full volume when you heard the candy wrapper and the crunch of the candy. And then what made it even funnier was Jennifer's expression when she heard Dorit say, you live on a fucking main road. She's like, you didn't even see her eyes. She was just like, oh my God. Like, Jennifer Tilly was so good. Yes, they were trying to give us ASMR right there. It was so good. Sutton got completely sunned by Dorit. Woo, the driving Miss Sutton stands were not you calling them the driving Miss Sutton. Not the driving Miss Sutton fans. Oh my God. Riri, like, I can't help you there when they start whacking you in the comments. The driving Miss Sutton stands. Wow. But yeah, like, that was such a rich person read. You live on a main road. And I'm like, bitch, what? Like, Sutton, fight. Like, what are you talking about? Like, girl, excuse me, at least I own my house. At least my name is on my deed. Like, what is going on with Sutton? She couldn't fight back? Just letting Dorit just like mollywop her like this? And then Garcelle, she ain't gonna help you. I was just like, what is going on? Exactly. Letting Dorit can't keep a home, Kimsley, clown you about your house is crazy. Like, I'm just wondering what is going on. Ooh, it was a biscotti. I mean, biscottis are good too, and that paper on it is loud. But yes, you know what? I think they give the same effect. A biscotti, when you like crunch into it, a Jolly Rancher, you gonna hear it. It's like biting into a damn carrot. I think a Jolly Rancher crunch is louder than a biscotti crunch. Anyway, Sutton says she doesn't need Dorit to tell her there's more to life than a big bank account. Dorit says Sutton acts like she's superior to everyone, and I know you're used to buying people and buying gifts. Miles drop, and then Erica, she looked pleased as punch. She was like, Like, she was getting her life seeing Dorit whack her ass. Like, she was just like, get her again, get her for me. And then now the credits are rolling, and Sutton is like, who am I trying to buy, honey? Dorit's like, oh, here she comes. Here she comes. And that is where the episode ends, y'all. I'm just like, I'm so glad that the episode picked back up. Like, I'm just really glad they didn't like spend so much time on the Kyle versus Dorit argument, because that whole part was bored. Like, boring. Sorry. Like, when they brought out Jennifer Tilly and Kathy Hilton, that's when I was like, okay, finally, I'm like more in tune with what's going on. But yeah, Jennifer and Kathy were much needed comic relief. That's what kind of saved this part 2 from flailing. Part 1 was still the best. And also, I'm going to bring up Bose again. I still have not seen on this reunion what Bose has done so far. So I'm still waiting. I'm ready to eat the crow too. I got the Tabasco sauce in the fridge. Like, if Bose, like, gets out of pocket, then I will definitely like whack her like I whack everybody else. But so far, I still don't understand the Bose backlash. Also, well, I'm coming to this right now. In the preview, Garcelle looks like she actually stayed the entire reunion. She just didn't want to take the cast photo for whatever reason. So yes, what did happen to make Garcelle leave? I'm just really wondering. Like, I hope it's not a nothing burger. I really hope it's not. Like, I hope that she wasn't just so mad from part 1 that she was just stewing the entire like rest of the reunion, and she's like, you know what? Fuck y'all. So I hope it's something juicy. And if I had to guess, it would have to be the spokesperson comment. That's the only other time Garcelle put her foot in her mouth. So we'll see. Again, I'm really sad to see Garcelle go, though, because I really was excited to see, another season with 2 Black women on the show. But yeah, I mean, Garcelle, bigger and better things, Bose did have that angry Black woman comment, but the thing is, she was angry when she reprimanded. Like, you're talking about the clip. I saw it. And yes, I totally agree, because they did the side by side that she was pissed. But let's rewind and look at what we're talking about here. So the only reason she was pissed in that moment is because she came to the ladies because she was like, y'all are being rude, crowded by the door at Dorit's party. Let's all come in the house and talk about it. So then that's when Garcelle was like, stop being Dorit's spokesperson. Like, I would get agitated as well. And also, I hate to bring this up, but, Garcelle called out Dorit last season for using, I want to say, aggressive or angry or whatever like that. So we can't get behind Bose when she says it when it comes to Sutton. Like, I'm just wondering. That's all. Because it just feels like we moving the goalposts when Bose is experiencing the same thing that we've been calling out Dorit for. That's all I'm saying. And, we can agree to disagree. I'm just saying. But yeah, y'all, this was my review. Oh, I kept it under 30 minutes. I'm so proud of myself. Like I said in the beginning, I feel really bad that I'm behind on my Patreon. Life has just been lifing right now. I'll get into it more on Chris's business. I have the next 15 review coming up as well. What else? Definitely expect Pop Roast on Saturday. Now, what did I say? Saturday. Expect Pop Roast on Saturday. I was about to say Alex is back in Philly now. So, well, not back, but he's now moved to the East Coast now. He's back on the East Coast and he lives in Philly now. So that's exciting that we're finally on the same time zone. Thank God. I feel like that was that was like the one thing that would really just like, oh my God. The time difference. But I'm already saying too much. I'm gonna say it for the Patreon. Anyway, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in late with me for this review. And I cannot wait till part 3. Man, like what am I gonna do now? Like for episodes, like we have Beverly Hills going off, so now I have Atlanta. I'm gonna have Basketball Wives, but that trailer I didn't really care for it. But yeah, we'll talk about it on Pop Rules. With that, y'all, let me get off of here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the